Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne back to do your bonus read. I just had a beautiful message from someone on one of the other social media platforms I'm on, and I forget sometimes that, I don't pay attention to some of the platforms I'm on. I post there, most often, but I don't really give that, some of them the attention that I probably should. And I just had a beautiful message from someone, and it makes me realize, how much impact as a person we have on other people. We don't always see that though, because we are such harsh critics of ourselves that we don't always look at the good that we bring to others. And a lot of the things we go through in our lives are leading us to different places, but sometimes because of our sense of control and our sense of trying to cling on to what we know, a lot of people don't embrace change easily. Some of us have learned through our lives that change is a necessary part of what we need to do if we want to live beyond those things that restrict us. So change and sort of jumping into things, doing the fool thing and jumping into things with sort of not really knowing the direction you're going in, very often is quite, I don't want to say it's frightening, because I don't think it's frightening. It's a little scary. Because we don't know what to expect. But if we stay where we always are and we don't take chances and we don't, sort of face our fears, life is just going to give us what we've always had. And unfortunately, that might not be satisfying for you. And it's amazing how much facing your fears helps with, your limitations in life. So I just want to say that, oh, how beautiful. That just jumped out at me. Thanks, Spirit. Facing your fears is hard. We all have to do it. Doesn't matter where we are. Even when you're a psychic reader or a medium, we still face fears. We still do things that we feel a little uncomfortable with. The only thing is we know that that is what we have to do if we want what we want. Okay. The other thing too is that my daughter found out yesterday that she's having a daughter. So she has 4 children already. She has a daughter that's 10, twin boys who'll be 7 in August, and a little fella who's sort of not quite 2, about 1.5. And she was desperate to have a girl because she's got the 5. She's sort of feeling that she's getting to the stage of her life where she won't be able to commit to having any more children. And she rushed in to have this one. And it was just such a beautiful thing because I got it wrong with the genders of the first 3. And then the last time with Oscar, I said she was having a boy, and she was really disappointed because she wanted a girl then. Not disappointed, let's not say disappointed, because she still absolutely idolizes that child, but all her children. But anyway, I did tell her that this time she was having a girl. And so she very excitedly rang me up when she found out yesterday. So that's my 8th grandchild. So I will have four grandsons and 4 granddaughters. So we're very neat and tidy in the Aussie Goddess world. I'm really impressed. So it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm very excited for this little Sagittarian because that's when it's due, in the time of Sagittarius. All right, I'm getting on to the bonus read now. So thank you for all of those who congratulated me. And yes, I was right. I was right. I've got the last 2 right, just didn't get the first 3 right. Okay. Oh, how very nice. We have the 5 of Cups coming through here. So the 5 of Cups is the card of looking back at the past with sadness. This is, grief is a normal part of the things we do. Grief is a necessary way of dealing with losing things, saying goodbye to things. But when it's grief that keeps you stuck from moving forward, then it's not healthy. And some of us tend to get very stuck on things and find it very hard to move forward. So there's almost this cling to what was rather than what could be. And we are learning how to work with that energy in our life. It's one thing we're learning to deal with. But there is sort of grief, and there's sort of grief that holds you back from having happiness. And this is the sort of grief they talk about in the 5 of Cups, being unable to leave something behind and move forward. Okay, so we have the 3 of Pentacles coming through here. I'm using the Everyday Witch Tarot here, if you're wondering which card deck it is. I had a complete change of decks yesterday. The Three of Pentacles is a card that talks about working on a project with others. There are three people in this card, so it could be that, you know, there's some sort of connection here with this grief. But it can also talk about, you know, working on yourself, investing in yourself. You could be starting your own business up. You could be disappointed and sort of with your past and trying to bring something new into your life. Okay, and we have the Tower here. That's really interesting with the Nine of Cups. Holy dooly, that's a funny energy. You won't hear me say that very often. I feel like here something is changing. There's a big change coming through with this Tower. Something that's going to result in some sort of wish coming true or some sort of dream coming in here. Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles. Somebody wants to invest in something. Something's happened here. I feel like we've got sort of flip-flopping energies here. I feel, and somebody said that to me yesterday, and it does happen sometimes, where what's cracking reading seems to be for one person, and this reading seems to come up for the opposite energy. So I'm not going to discount that this morning, because I strongly feel we're talking about someone else here. I feel like someone's had some sort of grief about walking away from perhaps another person in a relationship because of the three and the three people. I feel that this has created some sort of energy of breaking down old ideas. Someone's had a realization here and they want to bring their wishes through. There's a feeling here with the Six of Pentacles that they're ready to invest in something now and let go of the sadness of their past. So let's just get a bit more information. All right, we have the King of Swords coming through here. I love the energy of this King of Swords. Look at him with his book. He has had some sort of knowledge come through here. He has got books here. He has got his intuition. He's learned something and he's ready to take something out of his life. This person has had some sort of realization about how to move forward here. They've had clarity. This is Aries, Leo. Well, it could be Leo, as soon as I said that. Aries, Libra, Gemini energy. You have someone here who has had some sort of epiphany here and is moving forward following this beautiful intuition. All right, let's see how we're going with that. Okay. I have the Page of Swords coming in next. Just harder to see the cards when I do it this way. So we have someone here who's been, someone here's been either following you, watching you, or keeping a little eye on you here. Someone's had some sort of clarity from something. Let me just put another card out. Okay, so we have the Moon here. Someone's been given a message here. Someone's been given a very strong message. The Moon talks about things that are hidden, but it also talks about things that are down within the depths of us. And I feel like it's what it's talking about here. Someone's had some sort of awakening, some sort of realization. I look here and I think, look at this deck. You see how you've got the cat here and they've got the Black Panther in the water? I feel like someone's seen their own strength here. Someone's seen their potential. Something has brought in this realization. Someone's been either researching, stalking, or watching and had this realization. There's a turn of events here. Let's keep going. All right, so I have the Queen of Pentacles coming through, representing Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. This Queen of Pentacles can often be seen as the wife figure. But she's very much a person who is down to earth, very stable, you know, reached a pinnacle in her career. She's sort of plodding along, doing what she wants to do, very comfortable with her earthly surroundings. Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups coming through here. I just want to read a couple more. Nine of Swords. Okay, and the Page of Wands. There is some sort of message coming through here that somebody never expected to receive. There'd been some sort of change of events, some sort of changing in someone's thinking. Someone is thinking very differently now. They're thinking from this energy of this stronger part of themselves that they didn't know either existed or was, it's sort of like it was hidden from them. They found some sort of courage to come forward here and make contact. But I feel here that perhaps for some of you, you may have sort of moved on from a situation or given up on a situation, feeling that it was not gathering any speed. You may have given up on someone from your past that you maybe didn't expect to hear from. Let's just put some more cards down here. Okay, we have the King of Wands coming through again with the Judgment card. Somebody is coming back from your past here. Nothing surer. Okay. And then we have the Nine of Wands coming through here. Okay. All right, let's go back and have a look again. I know what's going on now. We have here the Five of Cups. There's some grief and sadness about the past. I think it's in regard to maybe either a situation which couldn't come together for whatever reason. Maybe somebody was, you know, buried deep in their work, unable to move forward due to some other complication, third party situation, whatever it was that was holding them back. I feel like this person has had like this huge realization here. And I feel like now that they want these wishes to come true, that they are deciding to move towards you now. Now, I feel like in the meantime, it's like you have either given up on this idea or thought it would never happen. Maybe you have been really focusing on yourself here with this Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this person has sort of had this realization. This is why I know that they asked me to use a particular deck. I think this person has found their hidden courage, or their hidden something within the deepest parts of themselves that they perhaps really thought wasn't there. You know, they've been living life as a pussycat and now realize they're a lion. And I do think this person has been perhaps keeping track of what you've been doing and what you've been up to. So even though you thought they weren't returning, you may not have heard from them, there may have been no contact. This person has seen the truth here. They've realized something. They've woken up to something. So there is this very strong feeling. I have most signs represented here. So there's a lot of air energy, there is a lot of earth energy, there is water energy, and there is fire energy. So there's no particular signs, but this person here is returning. There's the Judgment card. There is a message coming from the past, from someone that you never expected to hear from. I feel that they have come to some sort of realization or some sort of, and it may have been because you pulled your energy back and moved on. They may have some way of keeping track of you. You may be on social media together. You may work in similar environments. You may have a friend in common, but this person's been watching you the whole time. So it's sort of like this energy of you've let it go. You finally let the emotion go, let go of the trauma bond or whatever it was that was tying you to this person, and now they're returning. Okay, I'm just going to put a few more cards down here. Nine of Pentacles coming through. They know you're single here. So for some of you, they've been watching to see whether you have been in a relationship. Six of Wands, victory. And the High Priestess. Someone's learning how to use their intuition here. Someone is moving out of the ego and embracing this beautiful, intuitive, loving heart space here. So they are learning that have learned to acknowledge their feelings here. All right, we're going to go and draw another card from the Akashic Tarot again, because I'm really enjoying them at the moment. Okie dokie. how interesting. I pulled the 8 of Scrolls last time and I've got the 7 of Scrolls this time, which I think is quite interesting. Okay, intricacies and industry. It's beautiful cards, aren't they? Work on a Renaissance cathedral has just begun. At first this building seems modest, but in time its grandeur will reach several stories high and across the centuries. But now piles of stone and rock dot the scene. A mason bends, focusing intently on a plumb bob that hangs next to a partially built wall. This instrument helps him determine if the wall is straight and true. At a very basic level, this card could indicate building or renovating a home or business. This card also shows that you're on your way to greatness, but it requires attending to even the tiniest of particulars. Be diligent with the specifics in your strategy and pay considerable attention to detail and follow through. While you may have a long-term goal in mind, the small steps are what's important now. Even the most magnificent cathedrals were built stone by stone, day by day. If it is only by heaping up the small that the great can be achieved. Okay. Whatever this is here that is being presented to you, they're asking you to look at the details, not the big picture. So you may be really caught up in the idea of having someone come back in to your life. But when we're talking about the small details, we're talking about the things that you need to pay attention to. The red flags, the past, all of those sort of things need to be considered. Sometimes we want to have closure on something, and it's something that we desire just to finish something off so we can move forward. Other times we want something so desperately that we glorify and embellish the details, and it becomes so beautiful that we expect it to present in the same way. What the universe is saying here is, in order for something to work, you have to pay attention to the small details. Don't be looking at the big picture. Stay in your thinking brain and pay attention to the small details. All right, have a great day. Thanks.